This mystery is nothing short of mind-blowing. Even the police have been quoted as saying it's one of Australia's most profound mysteries. It's honestly like it was taken right out of a spy novel. This case has been perplexing the authorities for over 70 years. Hi folks, I'm Johnny, welcome to the Oddest. In this story, we're going to skip over the pond to Australia, mate, where the body of a poor fella was discovered with some intriguing clues left behind. So let's pop down under and check out the mystery of the Somerton Man. On the 1st of December in 1948, 16-year-old Neil Day was riding his horse along with a friend on Somerton Beach in Adelaide in Australia. They passed by a man who was lying on the beach, and to be honest, they thought nothing of it. That was until the lads had returned by that part of the beach a short time later, only to find the same man lying in the exact same position. It was soon discovered that the man unfortunately was deceased, and the lads then contacted the relevant authorities. He was lying on his back with his head resting against the seawall. His legs were extended and his feet were crossed. It was believed that the man had passed away while sleeping. The man was described as clean-shaven, wearing a neatly pressed suit and a tie. He didn't match the description of any missing persons at that time. Subsequently, no one came forward to identify this guy, so he was called John Doe. An unlit cigarette was found on the right collar of his coat. A search of his pockets revealed an unused second-class rail ticket from Adelaide to Henley Beach, a bus ticket from the city that may not or may have been used, a narrow aluminium comb that had been manufactured in the USA, a half-empty packet of juicy fruit chewing gum, an Army Club cigarette packet which contained 7 cigarettes of a different brand, and a box of matches. Even stranger than all this, though, was the fact that all of the identifying tags were removed from the man's clothing. In an effort to identify the man, his fingerprints and dental records were taken, but they failed to show up in any identifying database. A subsequent post-mortem revealed that the man had an enlarged spleen and evidence of internal bleeding in his stomach and his liver. There was no evidence of foul play, and they tested for poisons or any signs that he may have been poisoned, but none of these were present. The official coroner's report stated, "I am unable to say who the deceased was. I am unable to say how he died or what was the cause of death." The coroner estimated that the man was 40 to 45 years old and in peak physical condition. In January of 1949, so a month after the body was found, an abandoned suitcase was discovered at Adelaide train station in the cloakroom, having been dropped off there the day before the body was discovered. The case contained men's clothing with the identifying tags again removed, a ream of wax thread. The brand was not sold anywhere in Australia, but it was found to be the exact same thread that was used to repair the trousers that John Doe was wearing when he was found. Other items found in the case had the name Keane spelt with an E at the end on them, and other items had the same word without the E in the end. According to a subsequent report of the incident in an Adelaide newspaper, they claimed that the name Keane had been deliberately left in the belongings to obscure the man's identity. This is proper weird, right? Like proper sinister. I told you it was going to be something out of a spy novel. Well, listen, do me a favour guys, hang on to your hats because it's going to get weirder. So 4 months after all of this, in April 1949, detectives discovered a clue that they had missed. In the waistband of the trousers that John Doe had been wearing, they found a wee secret pocket. Inside this pocket they found a small scrap of paper tightly rolled up. The paper had the words Tamam Shud typed onto it. This piece of paper was found to be torn from a page of a book, and that book was an 11th century book of poems called the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. The book of poetry was themed on things like life, divine spirit, and the path to spirituality and higher enlightenment. The phrase on this bit of paper though, Tamam Shud, translates to the end or finished. The discovery of this strange evidence though led the coroner, Thomas Cleland, to declare that the man's death was not natural. What does not natural mean? In July of that same year, so 3 months after they discovered that strange piece of evidence, a businessman who had seen the case in the newspaper had came forward to the police. He had reported to the police that he had left his car parked at Somerton Beach one afternoon with the windows down, and when he returned later that afternoon, he found a copy of the book in his back seat. After reading the newspaper article about what had happened, he went and dug the book back out. He was shocked at what he found. A section of the back page had been torn out. The section matches perfectly the ripped bit of paper found on John Doe's body. It would make sense that this is where the phrase would be in a book like this, meaning the end, because it was at the end of the book. On the back page of the book, detectives found handwritten notes that were apparently a secret code. Because this case can't get weird enough, let's just chuck in some secret codes, right? To this day, the code has never been cracked. Even the Australian Navy took a bash at cracking the code but failed to shed any light on it. They claimed it was unbreakable. Besides the secret code words written on the page, near the bottom seemed to be a telephone number. The cops investigated this, and the phone number led investigators only a few hundred metres away from Somerton Beach to a woman called Jessie Thompson. Jessie claimed that she did once actually own a copy of the Rubaiyat, but said that she gave it away to a friend. So this friend was called Alfred. The police tracked him down. He was alive and well, and he confirmed Jessie's story, and he even produced his own copy of the book that she had given to him, and it was intact. The police subsequently made a plaster cast mould of John Doe's face and head prior to burial to help them with the investigation. According to Detective Sergeant Lionel Lean, when he showed this cast of the head to Jessie, she looked like she was shocked and about to faint, even although later on she would deny even knowing who the man was. That's definitely dodgy. Jessie Thompson passed away in 2007, maintaining that she didn't know the identity of the Somerton Man. There are numerous theories about this story. Theory 1 was that it was a suicide, and the note saying Tamam Shud was left in the pocket by the Somerton Man himself. That was a kind of suicide note. As a creepy coincidence though, not too far away from Somerton Beach, another man had taken his own life, and along with his corpse a copy of the Rubaiyat was discovered. Theory 2 was that John Doe died due to internal bleeding. Theory 3, spies. The body was discovered just as the Cold War was about to kick off. This theory was supported because in 1959 a man came forward to say that he was on and around Somerton Beach the night the body was discovered, and he claims to have seen another man carrying another man on his shoulders near the water's edge. In 2013, a theory was put forth that Jessie Thompson may have actually been a Soviet spy, and she had killed the man. This theory was put forward though by none other than Jessie Thompson's own daughter, Kate.
She said to me she knew who he was, but she wasn't going to let that out of the bag, so to speak.
You pretty much do accept that she was a spy.
I think so, yes. She had a dark side, and a very strong dark side. And she told me that it was a mystery that was only known to a level higher than the police force.
To be honest, I'm quite optimistic that at some point in the future, someone will crack the code. Until then, we'll just have to speculate. Hey guys, listen, thank you so much for watching. You've got no idea how much I appreciate this and your time. Please take care of yourselves and each other.